Welcome to the Unit 6 First Grade Math Family Video. I'm Nikki Mackey. By the end of this video, I hope you know the answers to these three big questions. What is my child learning? How does it look? And what can I do to help at home? We are moving into Unit 6, Length Measurements Within 120 Units. Students are learning how to measure items and compare items. In this unit, students begin comparing three objects by describing the length in comparison to each other. This could be with pencils, pens, markers, crayons. We lay the foundation of measuring items with non-standard units, such as paper clips or cubes. We don't use any units of measure in first grade. Students also learn that depending on the tool they use to measure, it may take more of a smaller tool than a bigger tool to measure the same object. Students investigate how they could move something really big to another space before moving it to see if it actually fits in this space by using string. Students will also practice solving story problems. Some story problems will compare things to find out how many more or how many fewer. This story talks about Karan's bracelet and how he's using 14 cubes. His sister's bracelet is 10 cubes long. How much longer is Karan's bracelet than his sister's? Students may create a representation similar to what you see on the screen to help solve the problem. Some stories will have a change in the middle. Look at this one. Elena has 15 beads in a box. She uses some of them to make a bracelet. She has 10 beads left. How many beads did Elena use? Sometimes we use a beginning, middle, end chart to help us organize our thoughts. Once we have this chart in place, we can think about an equation to solve. So, Elena had 15 beads to start. She used some of them, and we know that that action is taking some away, so we would have a subtraction. But we don't know how many she used. We call that the unknown. And at the end, it tells us that she had 10 beads left. So we are trying to find out how many beads she used. Some students may use math tools like cubes, 10 frames, or a 100 chart to solve. Some might decide to draw a picture instead. So what can you do at home to help? You can compare objects like pencils, silverware, toothbrushes. You can measure with items around the house like cereal or paper clips. And you can be measuring books. You could be measuring shoes. You can be measuring pants. But it's important to talk about not having any gaps or overlaps and starting at the very beginning of an object. You can also ask your child these types of questions as you measure. How much longer is the yellow pencil than the blue pencil? What is the longest object you measured? The shortest object? How many paper clips long is the book? Why did it take more cereal than paper clips to measure the same object? Thank you for joining us for our First Grade Unit 6 family video. Your partnership at home means the world to us, and we know with your support, our mathematicians will gain so much knowledge and develop a strong foundation in math as they get ready and prepare for second grade. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the math in quarter 3. You can use the bit.ly here or the QR code to find more resources on the CMS website. And once you're there, click on Academics. Thanks for joining us. Take care.